show. Turn it up loud, let the whole world know. Straight out of Ruston, repping on the flow. Dallas Cowboys on my chest, let the star glow. Bugs got the podcast, speakers on blast. Talking about the game, every moment gon' last. Snaps in the back, bass hitting low. Crowd in the stands, watch the energy grow. Cowboys Nation, ride or die crew. If you doubt the star, we coming for you. Told you so. Yeah, I told you so. When them Cowboys win, everybody know. I told you so. I told you so. From Ruston to Dallas, let the fire blow.
You talking about singing the blues? Man, what's going on, Red? I know we call you Red, but man, we singing the blues right now. Yeah, we can't do nothing but sing the blues. You know why? Look at DeMarcus Lawrence, former Cowboy, in the playoffs. Look at Jameson Schultz, former Cowboy, in the playoffs. Look at Kendricks, former Cowboy, in the playoffs. Look at Lenore. See, y'all be forgetting the personnel that we draft. In the playoffs, 49ers. Look at Nashawn Wright. We gave up on Nashawn. And look at Nashawn, Derrick, he in the playoffs. So you damn right we singing the blues. Because everybody pointing the finger at this player, that player. They move on. They progressed in their teams or in the playoffs. So you damn right. We at home singing the blues. And people don't really understand what the blues really mean. The blues is a sad, sad song about the truth. That's the thing about it. The truth is, Jerry Jones, you pointing the finger at the wrong person. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, when you point the finger at someone, take a look at your inner side of your hand. You got 3 more pointed back at you. Jerry Jones, you the reason we not in the playoffs. No, don't go blaming Schottenheimer for the choice of Eberflus being defensive coordinator, because you know why? You have ultimate final decision on who the defensive coordinator should be. So if y'all notice in the newspapers, or well, we don't read newspapers, but on social media, on TV, Jerry saying, oh, that choice was left up to Schottenheimer. Of course, Hank, Schottenheimer's going to take the blame. He's the coach, the head coach at that. But hey, the thing about it is, they wanted to blame Rain Dakota Prescott. You blaming the wrong man. But Prescott took the high road on the way that he answered the question, you know. He said his performance didn't determine the outcome of the Cowboys season. True or not? His performance on the field did not determine the outcome of the Dallas Cowboys season, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't necessarily point the finger. He threw a curveball. But basically he said it ain't his fault. And I totally agree. We got speculators, Dak haters. We got nonsense fans. We got foul weather fans who want to blame number 4. They compared him to Lamar Jackson. Where's Lamar Jackson? At home. They wanted to say that Burrows was better. Where's Burrows? At home. They thought the rising of Jaden Daniels was going to put fear in Dakota Prescott. Where is Jaden Daniels? At home. And shall I mention Jalen Hurts? Where's he at? At home. But y'all don't criticize those quarterbacks like you criticize my quarterback. I agree with that. 1,000% plus one. Dak's performance did not determine the outcome of the Cowboys season. Yet alone, they left him off the All-Pro team. Led the league in passing yardage. He had a great season, ladies and gentlemen. Offensively, statistically wise, he had a great season. CD had a 1,000-yard season. Pickens had a 1,000-yard season. Jay Will, the running back, had a 1,000-yard season. So Schottenheimer's not the fault. Dak Prescott is not the fault. The fault lies in Jerry Jones. You brought Eberflus back, but you don't want to take accountability of that situation. Now we in the flux of having to sign and needing to sign and re-sign Jadeveon Clowney, re-sign Brandon Aubrey, re-sign George Pickens Jr., re-sign Javonte Williams. Those are musts. How are we going to do that? Because you guys keep looking at the Cowboys salary cap, not knowing when we let Diggs go, we freed up $12 million. And we're in the business of reconstructing contracts. That you owe me one. You don't owe me one, but take one for the team. CD, you owe me one. Combine them together, ladies and gentlemen, before the increase of the salary cap kicks in. The Cowboys are well in the business of doing business with Mr. George Pickens and his agent. But no, Todd Bodie, we don't need to go behind the doors like the media want to say and do another deal like we did with Parsons. We're going to put it all on the table because we need to bring back George Pickens. We need to bring back Jadeveon Clowney. We need to bring back Brandon Aubrey. Once again, Brandon Aubrey is the team's MVP. If it wasn't for Aubrey in his Saskatchewan leg, kicking the ball 60-plus yards, keeping us in the game, putting points on the board because our defense was giving up points. Aubrey got to get re-signed. We're not talking about that in the media today. They're not discussing it because that's things that has to be done. And then we look at this. Moving on from Terrence Steele. If you agree, raise your hand. I can't see your hands up, but I know you agree. Terrence Steele got to go. Yeah, you ain't got to stay here. You ain't got to go home, but you just got to get the hell out of here. Gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Jalen Tolbert, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Wilson, Donovan, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. You played garbage this year. Donovan Wilson, safety out of Shreveport. I think Booker T. Washington, maybe I may be wrong, maybe right. But he came from Texas A&M, number 6. Gotta go, gotta go. Logan Wilson, gotta go, gotta go. Kenneth Murray, you know you gotta go. I don't know what's taking you so long to get out of here. LaShawn, I only speak the facts. They got to go. But the thing we got to keep intact, the centerpiece of our team, which is led by Dakota Prescott. But once again, I wonder why nobody talks about Lamar Jackson like they talk about Dakota Prescott. I wonder why nobody wants to talk about the Green Bay quarterback like they talk about Dakota Prescott. Why? What has Dak done to America to where America don't respect this man? All he does is line up week in and week out, put on his jersey, strap in his chin strap, and put up numbers that's astronomical of MVP type categories. He had a good year, but you don't talk about other quarterbacks as you talk about Dak Prescott. But I agree with Dak. My performance on the field did not determine the outcome of the Cowboys season. Hello? Are you Dak haters? I'm just asking. You know, we got fans from other teams to start recognizing, oh, it's not Dak's fault. But we got our own fans. That's who I'm getting on right now. The fair weather fans who talk about my quarterback. That's my quarterback, Dakota Prescott. And guys, we in the battle now where we got to look for a defensive coordinator. Leonard, defensive coordinator, he's with the Denver Broncos. We're interviewing him. We're interviewing also Gannon out of Arizona, which I like Gannon as a defensive coordinator. We're also reviewing with White Cotton, our defensive line coach. You know, and we're also going with the defensive coordinator for the Raiders. We're interviewing him as well. But I want Al Harris. The reason I want Al Harris is just familiarity. And it's time for Al to be brought up other than a defensive back coach. I could settle for Leonard from Denver. He's been within the program. I would even settle for the former Ravens defensive coordinator. But I don't want to settle for another defensive coordinator as we had on our hands this season, which prevented the Dallas Cowboys from making the playoffs. So when you want to blame reasons, Jerry, it was your final decision on accepting Eberflus. Because if truth be told, we even had Rex Ryan in for an interview, which I still say Rex may still have something left in the tank. Not gonna knock it. You know, I don't think Brian Flores is going to be in the running anymore because he's going to be up for one of the head coaching jobs. Raheem Morris, possibly, but he's going to be up for another head coaching job. You know, it's people that we actually can bring in to be a coordinator for the defensive personnel that we have already acquired. It's not the personnel. You guys said we need this person, that person, this person, that person. We already got that person. You say our cornerbacks was trash. Understand, they was playing in the Eberflus system that required them to play off the ball, off the man, and run zone. And if anybody know about defenses running zone, if you flood the field to the left side, all you got to do is right on a flood, wait for one of the receivers to pop open in the middle. And that's what they was doing all season, dropping the ball off right behind the linebacker in between the safety. That's why I said get rid of Logan Wilson, Donovan Wilson, and Kenneth Murray. Those three caused the most completions of the season. Y'all don't do y'all research. You want to blame my cornerbacks. Oh, Rebels is trash. He's a rookie coming off a torn ACL. Didn't have no preseason snaps. No. You want to bring Carson on the other side, who did a magnificent job after coming off an injury with no preseason snaps, who was forced to play in an Eberflus defense that actually proved to be the downfall of the Cowboys season. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back in a few minutes, and we're going to talk about a few other things after these breaks, speak to our commercials and our sponsors. I'll be right back with you in about 45 seconds to a minute.
Your dream home awaits. You've been dreaming of living in a desirable neighborhood with top-tier amenities such as playgrounds, dog parks, community centers, and state-of-the-art swimming pools, friendly neighbors, and so much more. Your first step is to contact me, a top-rated independent mortgage broker. Experienced guidance, quick, easy closings, and an average savings of $10,000 when you work with an independent mortgage broker. So what are you waiting on? It's time to own your dream. Contact me, Jeremy Brooks, at 318-394-1406.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, dealing with sciatica pain, soreness in your feet, numbness in your limbs, back. When you wake up, you got joint aches, your neck. When you move around, it's kind of stiff. Maybe you need a body alignment. Contact Jalen Ferguson, their Alpha Performance and Wellness. And when you talk to Jalen, tell Jalen that Derrick sent you. Well, it's time to customize your closet, your t-shirts, sweatshirts, oh, new events. Maybe if you need a money bouquet. Maybe you just need something for a family reunion or maybe even a class reunion. And you guys want to be in order. Call Shell Williams today at Custom Pleasures. No matter what size, the quantity, you're definitely going to get the top-notch quality. Tell Shell that Derrick sent you. Upgrade your security detail today by contacting Derrick Cheney to protect you from Vegas to Miami, Houston to Dallas, even Chicago to New Orleans. Derrick Cheney is there to professionally protect you with dignity, protect you on time, and protect you with the top-notch service. Call Derrick today, and don't forget to remind Derrick that Derrick sent you. Now, everybody want to talk drafting Caleb Downs. You want to draft Caleb Downs? You want to draft Caleb Downs? Trev Butcher, you want to draft Caleb Downs? Darius, stay around, Darius. I'm going to talk about your team. Just hang around. Got a little order right here. But who wants to draft Caleb Downs? JR, you want to draft Caleb Downs? Lorenzo, do you want to draft Caleb Downs? LaShawn, do you want to draft Caleb Downs? Rodney Mitchell, do you want to draft Caleb Downs? I just need somebody to answer that question. Do you guys want the Dallas Cowboys to draft Caleb Downs? Oh, who is Caleb Downs? The safety from Ohio State, the #1 defensive rated safety that's coming out in the draft. Do you guys want the Cowboys to draft Caleb Downs? Yeah, so do I. And so do the Saints. So do the Cleveland Browns. So do the Arizona Cardinals. So does everybody else that's 10 spaces or 11 places in front of the Dallas Cowboys. The thing about it is, Trev, he's not going to fall in our hands like CeeDee Lamb fell. Do you guys understand this? Caleb Downs is the top-rated defensive back coming out of in the draft this year. Of course we need him. Lorenzo, we would love to have him, but he's not going to fall in our hands. No, look at the draft board. Pay attention. Cleveland Browns are still building a team. Arizona Cardinals are still building a team. New Orleans Saints are still building a team. There are teams ahead of the Cowboys in position to draft Caleb Downs. So what that means? I'll explain it. We got 2 first-round draft picks. I'm going to jump ahead and I'm going to jump back. Jerry won the trade. So if anybody want to keep thinking about the Parsons trade, it's behind us. Jerry Jones won the Parsons trade. We got Kenny Clark. We got Quinn Williams. We also got 2 first-round draft picks. Jerry won the trade. Not talking about Parsons because he went down due to injury. That happens. Overall, we actually did win the trade because now is a time for us to use what we gained off the Parsons trade, Wayman Moore, to put it towards obtaining a player like Caleb Downs. Yeah, we're going to have to pull some toilet paper out of our buttocks. Jerry's going to have to wipe the snot from his face. You're going to have to give up a first-round draft pick, maybe two, to move up to draft the Caleb Downs. It's not so easy. In other words, what I'm trying to break down to you guys, everybody ahead of the Cowboys needs a Caleb Downs. Not the Raiders. They need a quarterback. Saints don't need a quarterback. They need a safety. Y'all must forgot Honey Badger retired. Bring y'all bells. Honey Badger retired. They didn't have a replacement. Saints need a safety. Browns need a safety. New York Jets need a quarterback. But if they can trade and get one out of free agency, they need a safety. So we can't bank on Jerry making the smart decision, which we think is the smart decision, to trade up to get a Caleb Downs. Remember, everybody wanted to trade up to get McMillan that went to the Panthers. And we sat back and we didn't do nothing. We ended up getting Tyler Booker, which was not a bad pick, which was an excellent pick because we replaced Zach Martin on the offensive line. So Will McClay and Jerry's going to work well, but you guys got to come together and figure out how can you make us happy? Because I asked the question and everybody said yes. We want Caleb Downs. How we're going to get Caleb Downs. That's what we're going to have to figure out. And again, Jerry won the trade. I don't care how you see it. I got Quentin Williams and I got Kenny Clark. I got 2 first-round draft picks. Now I have to play chess to maneuver because, guys, we don't have many draft picks in this upcoming draft. I'm going to just be honest to tell you. Cowboys may have a total of 5. And that's counting the 2 first-round draft picks. So we're going to have to seriously maneuver something to make our draft board complete. But I know people like anybody else other than me don't think like that. But I tell the truth, we have to think like that. We got 5, maybe 6 draft picks over 7 rounds. And we got to make that work. And you guys still want to draft Caleb Downs? I do too. But how can we make it work? I'm already know you're not going to be there, but listen. Why do we have to sit back and wait, Trev? That's what I want to know from the fan base. So you just want to sit back and wait on him? Or do you want to be aggressive and go get him? That's one of my cousin's favorite lines. May you rest in peace, Ramon Malcolm. Let's go get him. Why not go get him? We don't have to sit back there and wait. I don't want to have the statement that you just said. You know, yeah, he's going to be hard to get, but I don't want to see how it play out. We got the key pieces in the chessboard to make it play out in our favor. But keep in mind, we don't have but maybe 5, maybe 6 due to compensation picks that it's going to pick up because I forgot the compensation picks that we're going to actually lose because of whatever free agents that we do lose, whoever they sign with, we'll get compensation picks for those guys. But right now, we're only labeled with 5 picks. If I'm not mistaken, I may be, at times I am, but we got to maneuver some things and we got to figure out how can we get a Caleb Downs? How can we get a linebacker? How can we get a cornerback? How can we get a rush in? Those things are needed. And to be honest, all the draft picks, it may be 5, are going to have to go on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, they do. Because, guys, the future is bright. You know, that's why I say Jerry won the trade. And when they made the trade, I can remember Rex Ryan saying that the Cowboys may not make the playoffs this year, but they're definitely building towards 2026. So our future is bright. So that's what I'm focused on, keeping the culture strong. Because our culture is developing. Once we get everybody to buy in to what Schottenheimer's selling, same thing that Jimmy Johnson had to do to get everybody to buy into what he was selling. People couldn't buy into what Parcells was selling because it was Parcells' way or the highway. You couldn't buy into what Jason Garrett was selling because Jason didn't even know what the hell he was selling. And of course, you couldn't buy into our last coach because he was just Jerry's toy. McCarthy did whatever Jerry told him to do. And I know you guys think Schottenheimer's doing the same thing, but no, Schottenheimer has a culture. He has the culture that he's created. The players agree with it. They are cheering on each other. And that's a great culture to develop because we have an ultimate leader in our locker room. The alpha leader in the Cowboys locker room is none other than Rain Dakota Prescott. Who do you think Turpin called when Turpin went to jail? Not to mention anything on the downside. But when Turpin went to jail last offseason, Turpin didn't call his lawyer. Turpin called Dak. He called America's team quarterback because he's the leader of the team. So you got to give Dak his credit. Sit back, guys. The draft is going to be tough. The draft is going to be hard. We got to maneuver some things. Darius, sit right there. Wayman, I'm going to get back and talking with you guys about y'all teams. So we're going to be right back after this commercial break. Tighten up my hat in about 35, 45 seconds, and we're going to wrap this up. And the audience, I'm going to talk back with you. So if you got any questions, your comments, if you want to talk, the next segments, I'm going to answer all your questions. I'll be right back with you.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Brooks, your mortgage broker. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, upgrade, or refinance, I make the process simple, fast, and stress-free. I have several lenders that I partner with. And what does that mean for you? Low rates, fast closings, and most importantly, someone who picks up the phone. I will be with you from pre-approval to closing. So contact me today. I'll be more than happy to help you get in your home. Number is 318-394-1406. Oh, and then I failed to mention, my average close time is 12 days. That's right, 12 days. You can be in your home in less than 2 weeks. Give me a call today.
Cheryl Williams, over there, Custom Pleasures. That's who y'all should call if y'all need your custom clothing. New Year's here, Valentine's coming up, special events, church functions, picnics, group events. Even if you're in sororities or fraternities, Cheryl outfits have been seen from Vegas to Miami in different forms and fashion. Give Cheryl a call today over at Custom Pleasures. And don't forget to tell Cheryl that Derrick sent you. Upgrade your security detail by contacting Derrick Cheney today to secure you with the top-notch dignity of a dignified security officer. Certified, licensed. Derrick is here to protect you, secure you. If you're traveling from Miami to Vegas, Houston to Dallas, Chicago to New Orleans, or you just have a neighboring event that you need some top-notch security there, give Derrick a call. And don't forget to tell Derrick that Derrick sent you. My neck, my back, sciatica pain, all the way to my feet, migraines, aches in my hands, aches in my knees. Give Jalen Ferguson a call today. Get your body realigned. It's 2026. Jalen travels from city to city, state to state. He's also top of his class, a mobile chiropractor. And don't forget, when you talk to Jalen over at Alpha Performance and Wellness, tell Jalen that Derrick sent you. My. They let my guy Tomlin go. They let Harbaugh go. They let the Miami Dolphins coach go. They let the Tennessee Titans coach go. They let Raheem Harris go. They let the Cleveland Browns coach go. They let the Arizona Cardinals coach go. They let Pete Carroll go. They let the coach of the New York Giants go. They got coaching vacancies open. And the thing about it is, where are they going to land? Me? I told you so. Let's start there. Remember back in August when I told y'all when they signed, or in the offseason when the Pittsburgh Steelers signed Aaron Rodgers? I said Aaron Rodgers will be the reason why Mike Tomlin would no longer be the coach of Pittsburgh. Just go back. You can go back on YouTube. It's there. I said, Aaron Rodgers, you're going to cause Mike Tomlin to lose his job. Is Mike Tomlin employed with the Pittsburgh Steelers today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? No. Also, I told you so. I told you guys who the scariest team in the NFL was. You didn't want to listen to me. And they performed at the highest of levels, and they lost their tight end to an Achilles. Speaking none other than five-time Super Bowl champion, San Francisco 49ers. Keep in mind, I told you so. The turmoil in Philadelphia. Remember back in September, I mentioned the fact that this is not the same Philadelphia Eagles team. Just to let y'all know, Brown, number 11, has played his last game for the Philadelphia Eagles. May not be announced right now, but Wayman, he's out of there. I told y'all in August, this ain't the same Philadelphia Eagles team. Nobody wanted to listen. They say let it play out. They did play out the playoffs, and now they are at home on the couch with me. But the bottom line is, I told you so. Now, spinning back to the coaching carousel, I would love to see Mike Tomlin in Atlanta. I would love to see Harbaugh in Green Bay if Green Bay fires their coach. If not, Harbaugh looks like a great coach to be there in Oakland. Welcome in a brand new coach, a brand new quarterback. I'm just saying. Who's going to be the Cowboys defensive coordinator? I have no idea. Maybe I should worry about that. No, I can't. Because who I want, they still in the playoffs. And you got to give these teams credit. The Chicago Bears, the Houston Texans, the Seattle Seahawks, the Buffalo Bills, the New England Patriots. I tip my hat. Y'all in the playoffs. Cowboys are not. And that's a sad, sad thing that I have to accept. But as a real Cowboy fan, I have to eat that crow pie. Because we didn't stand up to the bar. We got to look at other teams now play for the Super Bowl trophy. And the bad part about it is, guys, Jerry, you keep pointing the finger, and the finger should be pointed at you. Now, let's talk to the audience. What y'all got to talk about? After y'all, I'm going to get down to my picks. But let's go ahead. Darius, you said, what about your team? Philly fired their OC today, which didn't matter with Philadelphia. They're happy Don't clap your quarterback like it's his first game. No, your quarterback, you don't understand y'all game. Did you watch y'all game? It ain't on your quarterback. Y'all play a game based upon defense. Houston Texans is a team that's based upon 3 yards and a cloud of dust. I'm going to let my defense win the game. The Houston Texans is the new version of what the Pittsburgh Steelers used to be. I'm going to repeat that. The Houston Texans are the new version of what the Pittsburgh Steelers used to be. They want to keep the game close. They're not looking for a quarterback to throw for 300 yards. They grind the ball, run the ball, 1-2 punch, back and forth, dump off to your tight ends. That's what you guys' game is based upon. So it ain't your quarterback. You got to know how your team is orchestrated. And the Houston Texans are built just like the Pittsburgh Steelers used to be. Think about it. Ben Roethlisberger couldn't go no damn well. Wasn't throwing the ball nowhere, but they hitting the ball off run. Defense stout. Same thing in Houston. The fumbles gonna happen. What do you expect? A perfect game? Joe Montana retired. What do you expect? You won. You in the playoff, and you complaining? Head scratch. That's what I'm saying. You know, Roger Crawford, welcome to the program. You know, the Saints, I can't talk about the Saints. They got their quarterback. Teams that don't have a quarterback, the Atlanta Falcons, got to get a quarterback. Miami, got to get a coach and a quarterback. Atlanta, same thing. Tennessee, got to get a coach. Baltimore, got to get a coach. Depending on where Harbaugh goes, may need a quarterback because Harbaugh may trade to get his own quarterback. I'm just saying. Cleveland Browns, coach. Possibly they don't need a quarterback. It's not going to be Shador. They didn't keep Watson for nothing. Think about it. What'd you say, Brad? Yeah, you got it. But you got to understand how these teams are constructed. You got to be built to last. That's why I repeat, still, the San Francisco 49ers are the scariest team in the NFL playoffs. Argue with your pastor. I ain't no 49er fan, but I give credit where credit is due, and I tell the truth because facts don't lie. Killers ain't the reason that they engine running. Brock Purdy ain't the reason why they engine running. CMC ain't the reason why they engine running. They lost their linebacker for the year. They lost their defensive end. They playing with the oldest offensive line in the world. But they still win. It's because of consistency. Not Shanahan. It's consistency. You don't see the 49ers running trick plays. Huh? Y'all try to run a trick play in Houston. You want to throw back to the quarterback after a little fake run, and look what happened. San Francisco don't have to run trick plays, Trill. They consistent about the same thing week in and week out, no matter who's out there. They can stick old ass Jerry Rice out there, and it's going to be the same damn situation and play. It don't change. Consistency makes them the scariest team in the NFL. Notice Philly's not there. And somebody said last week Philly was the scariest team in the NFL. They're not there. Any arguments? Facts. Always remember, I told you so. Now let's get down to the last of the picks, since nobody else want to talk to him tonight. And don't holler at me at the end of the dang show. And I also want to talk at the end when I'm out of breath. Now the picks of the week is 4 of them. It ain't but 4 games. Broncos, Sean Payton still got something up his sleeve. The scariest team in the playoffs, the San Francisco 49ers, are going to cover the plus 7.5. Bear down. The Bears are going to cover the plus 4. And of course, they're back to their old ways, the New England Patriots at a -3. But here's something I want to give y'all. And this is something that don't nobody have but the 2 people that have it. I'm going to repeat that. Don't nobody have this but the 2 people that already got it. My Super Bowl picks. This is my dream Super Bowl as of today. I'm good. And this is why I'm good. I started this jersey stuff, and y'all follow. But I'm going to show you this. Here you have an autograph, Michael Green of the Chicago Bears. Aren't the Bears in the playoffs? Yes, they are. Also, who hails from Ruston, Louisiana, who's also Bearcat Nation, firmly founded, who played for the Houston Texans, Darius. There you go. Kenny Wright. My dream match is to watch both of my homeboys' team that I played with in high school for their teams to make the Super Bowl, which is the Chicago Bears versus the Houston Texans. Now, if anybody else got these jerseys, step forward. Huh? Anybody? I keep receipts. I'm not just anybody. I'm Derrick Bugs, a.k.a. Yeah, buddy. Keep your head up and your prayers together. Guess what? We're going to talk again tomorrow. How about them Cowboys?
Like you know the show. Turn it up loud, let the whole world know. Straight out of Ruston, repping on the flow. Dallas Cowboys on my chest, let the star glow. Bugs got the podcast, speakers on blast. Talking about the game, every moment gon' last. Snap in the back, bass hitting low. Crowd in the stands, watch the energy grow. Cowboys Nation, ride or die crew. If you doubt the star, we coming for you. Told you so. Yeah, I told you so. When them Cowboys win, everybody know. I told you so. I told you so. From Ruston to Dallas, let the fire blow.
Chicago Bears.
I'm